So Liver King lied about being vegan or whatever, or no, not being vegan, eating meat raw. And yeah, I don't know what this is about.
At the end of 2022, the Liver King was one of the biggest names in the fitness industry. But at the beginning of the year, a mere 8 months ago, it all came crumbling down thanks to one video from More Plates, More Dates, where he exposed that Liver King's entire online presence was based
Fake.
upon a lie. Liver King had always preached the primal lifestyle, known for eating a bunch of wacky foods and raw meats. Like, he has more testicles in his videos than Riley Reid's entire filmography. His
That's
big thing
crazy.
was eating all of these testicles and slurping down tons of liver,
That's also
gluttonously
crazy, but not
consuming an
wrong.
endless supply of exotic meats, and all the while
Let me
preaching
make
that
sure I'm
it's
recording.
ancestral living. And he'd lead his followers to believe that if they purchase his supplements and his supplies and eat like him, they could look like him. And obviously, a lot of people fell hook, line, and sinker for that scam because he has a very impressive physique. He looks like an anime character straight out of Baki the Grappler. The goofball's got muscles on his body that haven't even been invented yet. And his veins are just bulging out of his skin. It looks like they're transporting diesel throughout his body. And he would keep telling them, like, if you work hard, you buy my shit, you eat like me, you live like me, following the ancestral tenets, you can be like me, look like me. And it was all completely a lie. It turns out he was juiced to the gills. He was on tons and tons of performance-enhancing products, and More Plates, More Dates brought that to the public eye. Eventually, it forced Liver King himself to just admit that he lied about all of it. He lied. His body isn't the result of following the ancestral tenets or
It was
glorbing
a
down
bunch
on
of
animal testicle for every
a bunch
meal.
of
It's the result of
yep,
steroids.
yeah,
So,
a
I
bunch of
saw a video floating around on Twitter
cycles.
today, one of his more recent posts, and he's looking extremely rough. So I just wanted to do a little
Really?
checkup on where Liver King is 8 months post exposing.
In the modern world, we like to have our bowl of cereal, don't we? This is a primal version of your bowl of...
What do you mean bowl of cereal, bro? You're chucking chicken breast into milk, pretending you're gonna eat it. That's disgusting, bro. Actually, get some cereal. It's not even like chicken chunks. It's like whole chicken breast, bro. You're not even like that. You didn't even dice them up, pretending like you're gonna. Oh, bro, I don't want to see this. I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
cereal. I got my testicles in farm
I thought it was like chicken breast. He said testicles.
fresh milk from Liver King Ranch.
Yeah, it's business as usual. He's doing the exact same stuff as he was prior to having all of the steroid usage come to light. But it looks like he's aged 20 years in the last 8 months. It looks like he's one testicle sandwich away from actually exploding. In every TikTok I've seen of him, his body is bright red. It looks like Arnold's face in the movie Total Recall when he
can't
takes
stop.
his helmet off in space and his eyes pop out of his skull, like right before blowing up. That's what Liver King's body looks like. It looks like it is struggling to stay in one piece. Also, a lot of people on Twitter pointed this out, and it's a really good point. It is still so silly how he keeps calling his diet primal living, eating like our ancestors, when
Even they had fire and cooked their food, bro. Stop. I refuse to believe that. Well, maybe before, but before that, they didn't even probably hunt meat before fire came. But then fire was invented, and they're like, we could put meat on fire. Get me. I don't know.
this is the furthest thing from primal eating. All of his meals are meticulously prepared by his personal chef and his whole team. He used to say this thing on his videos where if you don't hunt it, you don't eat it.
Yeah, you're
which
not
is
hunting.
just so dumb because clearly he's not hunting for all of this meat. Like, he's eating more meat than Luffy in One Piece. There's no way he'd be able to hunt for all of that. The only reason he's able to eat like he does in these videos is because he is indulging in the modern excess. He is doing nothing even remotely associated with living primal. I guess aside from the bed he sleeps on, because he basically sleeps on a fucking plank of wood. Dude goes to bed in a coffin.
Bro, at that point, instead of sleeping on wood, you may as well sleep on the floor, because floor would be better than wood. Honestly.
Like a muscle vampire. That's like the only ancestral type thing he does, because his diet is the furthest thing from it. It is literally the result of being super privileged in the modern excess era.
The most feared warriors, the Maasai. What they get down on is milk, meat, and blood. and they're
Did
expressing
he
a
actually
higher,
take
more
it?
dominant
I'm not.
form.
I was gonna go
If you
back
still want
because I blinked.
your primal cereal to taste like Cocoa Pebbles at the end,
That weak-ass chocolate powder that he's dumping in from his brand is not going to salvage this primal
Bro.
bowl of cereal. It's not going to make it taste like Cocoa Pebbles. It's going to make it taste like Cocoa Puke. It also really made me giggle that he just didn't even have the energy to actually mix the powder with the milk, so he ends up just consuming it with just powder on top of milk. It's so weird, though, that he even bothered calling this a bowl of cereal primal style. It has nothing in common with that other than there just being milk in a bowl. That's where all the similarities
Like, bro
stop.
could at
He
least
could have
chopped
just
up the
presented this
testicles.
culinary crime as just like a wacky little shocking dish. Like, hey, check this one out. Here's 4 testicles and some milk. But anyway, I do think he's
With
upped
chocolate.
his usage of the PEDs. It seems like he is in a much different state now than he
Maybe
was
it'll
8
explode.
months ago, and not for the better. In most of the TikToks I watched from him, he seemed much more physically drained much quicker. He seemed to have significantly less energy. His physique doesn't look significantly different than it used to, but it looks less human, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't look like muscles anymore. It looks like he has a bunch of rocks under his skin disguising themselves as muscles, like in the shape of muscles.
put a little bit of whole beef in with your testicles. Make sure you peel back the membrane on the testicle.
That looked like that
You
hurt.
can use a spoon if you want, but God gave you the hands for a reason.
Why is he talking like that?
I honestly feel pretty bad to a certain extent here. Like, it feels like his muscles have gained their own sentience at this point from so many steroids
trying to leave
that
him.
they now have a mind of their own, and they're working the Liver King like a puppet. They're in his brain pulling levers like that alien in Men in Black 1, so they're forcing him to keep, staying on the gear, never letting him stop. And it's kind of sad, because to me this screams that he's trapped doing this forever because it's his livelihood, it's his financial security, and the livelihood of his entire family. So he needs to keep amping up the extreme meals that he's eating. So he's eating chicken heads and peeling the
it's 'cause
tongue
his
out of
beard got,
frogs
like,
in one of his
too
other
big. He doesn't even
TikToks,
shave
most
his beard,
recent
does
ones.
he?
Like, he just has to keep amping that up so people keep watching,
Or at
and then
least
he has
cut
to
it.
keep injecting and stay on all the gear so that way his physique stays the same so people keep watching. And I feel really awful for his audience that is still buying his products in the hopes that they can look even remotely similar to how he does. They can't. Hop off the hopium. No matter how closely you follow his ancestral tenets and no matter how many of his products you buy, you will not have a body that looks like his unless you also get on all of the gear he's using in the same amounts of it. That is the only way.
See, bro, I wouldn't want my body to look like his because, I don't know. It looks weird, bro. Like, I don't want to be not able to touch my back.
His body is not naturally achievable. Period. Full stop. Now, another thing he's begun doing on his TikTok is he's been posting a lot more content in
I just checked it out.
very
With snakes.
expensive shit that is very clearly not ancestral living. So this is a screenshot from one of his more recent TikToks.
Yeah, I just checked it
where
out
he's on
right
his
now.
private jet and has his personal chef Lionel serve him up some snakes on a plane. So he makes some snakes for him to eat. It's
That's
clearly a joke
disgusting.
off of the old meme, motherfucking snakes on the plane and all that. So he's very tardy to the party on that meme. That one died like a decade ago. But what's really interesting here is that he's unashamedly showing that he doesn't actually even follow his own ancestral living lifestyle advice, really. Like, being on a private jet
Yeah, you
is the
need to
furthest
run.
possible thing
You
from
need to run
primal
to go
living.
to the other place you
And
want to
some of
go
his
to.
audience even called him out, saying, our private jet's primal. And I guess, it's his world, we're just eating testicles in it, so he just comes up with some arbitrary excuse on why it's totally fine. So he says, a true primal left the comfort of the cave for adventure and a better life. Flying private falls squarely in the better life department. What a cop-out. So basically, I make the rules, fuck you. Like, that doesn't make any sense. By this logic, you can also make the same argument for actually everything else. Why eat all the raw meat that you preach about? True primals, in search of a better life, learn to cook food. And it helped them find a better life. So why wouldn't cooking all of the meals be the preferred way, since it is the better life component of your primal definition? It doesn't add up. It's just one of those things where rules for thee, not for me. He doesn't practice what he preaches. I said this a long time ago. I am very confident everything he showed in his lifestyle video was a big old load of baloney. Just actual fucking horseradish. I don't think he sleeps on a bed of wood, basically.
That's his substitute
I think he
house.
has a luxury $20,000 mattress infused with diamonds somewhere, because he lives a very lavish lifestyle and always has, and everything he's ever put online has been a lie, especially when it comes to his physique and what he actually does in order to look the way he does. But now he's just getting more and more egregious with the lie here. Like, this isn't even really trying to even pretend that you follow your own ancestral tenets and primal living. This is clearly all just marketing. Always has been, always will be when it comes to the Liver King. He is just, in every single video, pumping his Liver King bars, Liver King powders, supplements, all kinds of just completely worthless things that nobody watching him needs. And if you're someone that's watching him and buying these things hoping to get in better shape, then you can find significantly better products on the market that aren't the Liver Kings. Compared to the rest of the industry, his products are very weak. They're
Really?
not the best available.
I
So you
didn't know
could
that.
benefit far more from doing research outside of the Liver King echo chamber and finding much better supplements and powders than what he's currently offering. Holy shit. This fly has not left the entire video. I'm having my own primal battle right now against nature here. Jesus. But the point is, he is a fraud. He has been exposed as a fraud. And 8 months later, he is still doing the exact same thing, but he looks a lot worse now because I really feel like he is only amplifying his gear usage, much to his overall health detriment, I imagine, and only amplifying the extreme nature of his wacky meals. So that's just kind of the little 8-month update on the Liver King here. That's really about it. So, yep.
Very
My
good
boss
update.
specifically mentioned that I got
Liked it. It's funny. I don't know, bro. I want to get big, but I don't want to not be able to touch my back, bro. Like, I want to get big, but still be, like, able to do shit, if you get what I'm saying. Like, some people get so big, they're like, I can't touch my back. I got an itch in the middle of my back. Can you scratch my back? I don't know why, but that just really gets to me, bro. But yeah, like, subscribe. See you guys later. Hope you have a good day or night, and bye.